The whole album.
What inspires me the most when I write music? Probably my ex-girlfriend.
The old Justin Bieber died as soon as Hailey Baldwin became his wife, and the new one could no longer be that happy kid obsessed with love because the object of that love, Selena Gomez, was no longer in his life. This is the tale of Justin Bieber, who has been a completely different person in his two most significant relationships. So Justin, who was this sweet, caring guy with Selena, turned into someone colder and less attentive with Hailey. And we've set out to highlight the reasons behind this and show you how two people can experience one person in different ways, which in this case is the most cruel but understandable thing you will ever see. The bittersweet story started with the Jelena days when it was just Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. In the 2010s, with many other things going on, these teenagers got into a relationship that defined a generation, and it was like watching a real-life rom-com unfold. And why wouldn't that be? Justin was this teenage heartthrob with his hit single Baby blowing up the charts, and Selena was the Disney princess from Wizards of Waverly Place. They were already talking about each other before they met.
I said that Selena Gomez is cute. I don't really have a crush on her.
Then he was asked about Selena Gomez and he called you a cutie pie and said that you're amazing.
He's so cute!
And when they did, sparks started to fly, and suddenly the world became obsessed with these lovers.
She just happened to be at the same game you were at?
It was weird. You know, we were at a high school game and she's sweet. She's a sweetheart. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Justin with Selena was different. It was new, it was fresh, and it was love with peak romantic vibe. And of course, Justin wasn't subtle about how much he loved Selena because he took practical, loud steps to show it off. In 2011, he rented out the entire Staples Center arena to watch Titanic with her. Who does that? That's next level devotion. Sources said he wanted to give her this grand private moment, and Selena later called it one of the sweetest things anyone's ever done for her. It's the kind of gesture that screams how Justin was all into the relationship even if he wasn't already saying it loud enough. And he didn't stop at making big moves like that. Justin was constantly showing her off. At the 2011 Vanity Fair Oscar party, their first red carpet together, he had this goofy grin and held her hand like she was his whole world. Paparazzi pics from that time show love like never seen before as he was always looking at her, disregarding the cameras or their purpose. There's this one shot from a basketball game where he's whispering something to her and she's laughing with pure, unguarded joy. That was Justin with Selena, young, in love, and honestly a simp in the best way. And the best thing, they were successful. They couldn't care less about the future. All that mattered then was that they had each other, which would see them through to the future. With such a passionate love story, things get terrible when they do. And even when things got messy, Justin still seemed to treat Selena with this softness, which holds till today as it doesn't matter how much Justin crashes out. He has never gone against his past interviews on Selena. However, they broke up in 2012, got back together, and broke up again in 2014. It became an on and off wild ride, and they couldn't let each other go.
We were on and off for years, and then we left on good terms. So I think it was just we needed time to grow for ourselves, and we were like, maybe we'll come back together in the future.
But through it all, Justin's actions toward her had this undertone of care. In 2015, he was caught performing for her at a Beverly Hills hotel bar with My Girl. People there said he looked nervous and tried to win her back with every note, while Selena smiled and blushed like he still had her heart. Justin even admitted in a 2015 ID interview that he messed up sometimes, which means he cheated many times and even allegedly with Hailey, who later became his wife, so the trust was shaky, but he said Selena was his first real love, which is huge. He wasn't hiding how much she meant to him. Songs like What Do You Mean and Where Are You Now from that era were all about her, as they soaked with regret and longing. He was reckless, but with Selena, he always circled back to this gentle, almost protective energy. Justin was a mess, and they got into loud arguments repeatedly. Still, Justin never stopped his kindness to Selena. He spoke gently about her in his interviews, even when they were going through heartbreaks. Now, let's not sugarcoat it. Jelena wasn't perfect. These were teenagers who had everything that adults even dream of, so there were a lot of mistakes and damaging choices made. Justin was a wild card back then. He was getting arrested for DUI in 2014, egging his neighbor's house, fighting paparazzi, and was in absolute chaos. And yeah, Selena got caught in that storm too. She talked about it later, saying in a 2020 NPR interview that she felt like a victim to certain emotionally, which is heavy. But here's where it gets interesting. Justin didn't seem to lash out at her publicly, even in the mess. He'd spiral, but then he'd write something like "Mark My Words," a song people say is him begging for her forgiveness, and you can feel he's still trying to hold on to that kindness he had for her, even after many years. Take their 2017 reunion, for example. Selena's just had a kidney transplant, and Justin's there, biking to her house, bringing her coffee. TMZ reported they were in couples therapy that year, partly because he was talking to Hailey Baldwin, as she was in the picture already, but he was still showing up for Selena. Sources said he was open and honest with her about everything, even when it caused fights. That's not a guy who was checked out. It's a guy who was still treating her like she's worth the effort and hoping they could work towards a stable future together. By 2018, though, it had ended for good, and there was no saving that. Selena was done, and Justin was heartbroken. It was a long back-and-forth ride that was leading to nowhere. They couldn't do it anymore, even though it hurt to stay apart. He posted hurting statements on Instagram, and insiders said he was a wreck without her. Even when Jelena crashed and burned, Justin's vibe with Selena was never cruel. Although it was messy and even toxic at times, he treated her with this underlying respect, like she was his, even when he couldn't keep it together. However, a new Justin was born in June 2018. He was fresh off his final breakup with Selena, and just like that, he was back with Hailey Baldwin. They dated before, back in 2015 to 2016, but this time it's serious. Justin was tired and thought marriage would help him settle down and tailor him to becoming more responsible and keeping it together, but he was very wrong. By July, he was already engaged to Hailey and married by September. He didn't even heal because he thought marriage would be the closure that would help him move forward. It was a whirlwind and fans were shocked. But here's the kicker. The Justin we see is not the same guy from the Jelena days. He's not even close. Hailey may have envied what he had with Selena, but no kindness was left when it got to her turn. With Hailey, it's like the romance dial got turned way down. Where's the Staples Center date night, the serenades? Instead, we got moments that felt off. For example, in 2020, Justin shut a car door while Hailey was still getting out. She's halfway in, halfway out, and he slams it.
What up, Jay? What's up, Justin? Good morning, Justin.
She looks annoyed and brushes it off, but the internet can see the rudeness and the total lack of attention to Hailey. It could have been a small deal, but it's a vibe shift. With Selena, he was all about grand gestures, being present and getting in and out of cars with her as they bonded. But with Hailey, it's a total disregard even when they are out together. And it's not just one-offs. There's another moment from 2020 after Hailey beat him at an arcade game. He was yelling at her, which could have been playful, but it was loud and sharp, and she was standing there, taking it.
That is my score.
Baby, I wasn't trying!
And you know he would never have snapped at Selena like that. Even though they argued a lot, they made sure they did it behind closed doors. Little moments like these start painting a picture. Justin with Hailey feels colder, less patient, and less kind. Public appearances don't help his case either. At the 2021 Met Gala, they're walking out and fans start chanting, "Selena, Selena." Justin looks pissed, Hailey seems upset, and he keeps walking with no arm around her, no reassurance, no support. It's hard enough for Hailey, but harder because Justin is not there for her. This contrasts significantly with Justin in 2011, when he'd pull Selena close in crowds, shielding her from the chaos. With Hailey, he's distant and almost detached. Let's compare Justin's social media actions when he was with Selena to those of Hailey. In the Jelena days, Justin's posts about Selena were straight-up love letters. In 2014, he posted this black and white pic of them together, captioned, "Our love is unconditional." It's not just great, but it's dripping with affection. Even after breakups, he likes her posts and comments, which is subtle but sweet. Now, look at Hailey's era. Justin's posts about her start strong with his 2018 engagement announcement in a long, gushy caption. "Hailey, I am so in love with everything about you." Cool and romantic, right? But over time, it faded. By 2023, he's barely posting her. And their 5th anniversary pictures in 2023 were cute, but it was more about them as a unit with no deep, personal vibe like Selena. And then there's the weird actions in 2025, where he's reposting memes that fans swear are digs at Selena's engagement to Benny Blanco. He has been married for so long, but has the energy to be mad at Selena's engagement, and that's wild for Hailey, who takes all of this in silence. Hailey's posts tell a story too. She's always calling him, sharing pictures of them cuddling, but Justin rarely matches that until recently to reduce the rumors. Justin's music is another big clue. With Selena, his songs were raw, emotional, and all about her, and Purpose in 2015 with songs like Love Yourself and Sorry are apologies, love notes, and heartbreak anthems. He told Zane Lowe in 2020 that his previous relationship with Selena made him reckless, but he was trying to build himself after. That album has this vulnerability as if he's laying it all out for her. Then there's Changes in 2020, his first album after marrying Hailey, which was supposed to be this love letter to her but wasn't. Songs like Intentions and Yummy are cute, but surface level with not much depth. Critics said it felt forced, like he was trying to convince himself that he's happy. In interviews, he talks about how he took time to focus on himself with Hailey, but it's not the same passion he had singing about Selena. It's like he settled with Hailey but not swept away.
It's really hard being the muse of the whole album.
What inspires me the most when I write music? Probably my ex-girlfriend.
His real muse disappeared, and his inspiration hasn't felt the same. In 2025, Selena dropped I Said I Love You First with Benny Blanco, and Justin is posting cryptic Instagram stories. Meanwhile, Hailey is in his life with their kid, and he's not dropping music about how she's his world. The music's gone quiet on that front, and it's pretty telling. Let's also focus on some public moments because they show the split between the old and new Justin. In 2012, Justin and Selena were at a Lakers game, and he had his arm around her, laughing, totally tuned into her. Paparazzi caught him kissing her mid-game. On one occasion, Justin and Hailey were spotted in LA. He's walking ahead of her, head down, while she's trailing behind with this blank look. There is no hand-holding, no glances back. And then there's the yelling. In 2021, a video leaked of Justin shouting at Hailey in Vegas. She appeared calm, but he was heated, with his arms swinging as he spoke loudly. With Selena, even in fights like their 2016 Instagram blowout over Sophia Richie, he'd vent online, not at her face. With Hailey, it's direct and it feels harsher. So why did Justin's two most important lovers in his life experience him differently? Now let's break it down. Justin was younger, around 17, 18, 19 years of age, and full of that first love fire. She was his muse, his teenage dream. As Hailey tweeted back in 2011, he was reckless, but that energy was fueled greatly with kind gestures. He wanted to prove himself to her even when he screwed up. With Hailey, he's older and was 24 when they married, and he's now 31. Life's heavier with more responsibilities. He's talked about his mental health struggles and his faith, and in a 2019 Vogue interview, he said he was celibate when he initially started with Hailey to find peace. Maybe he sees her as stability, not passion, but that shift's left people thinking he's taking her for granted. Selena got the wild romantic Justin. Hailey gets the settled, sometimes checked out version. Some people say it's timing. Selena was his chaos, Hailey's his calm. Others point to guilt. In 2022, on Call Her Daddy, Hailey said she never overlapped with Selena, but fans still think Justin's heart lingered. Maybe that's why he's distant from Hailey, punishing himself or her for not fully getting over Selena before moving on. Hailey's caught the short end here. She's been ride or die and sticking by him through his Lyme disease in 2020, the Selena fan hate, and everything else. She told The Times in 2018 that they'd moved past the weirdness, but Justin clearly hasn't. Hailey's not getting the adoration and respect Selena did, and it's so obvious. In an interview, she clapped back saying the narrative's wrong. She's fighting to prove their love, but Justin's not helping. Where Selena gets serenades, Hailey gets silence. Or worse, there are public snubs. It's unfair to her, fueling this idea that he's a different, worse person with her. With Selena, he was this lovesick kid who'd move mountains to make her smile. He's colder and detached from Hailey, as if the spark has darkened and the difference is wild.